The past, the present, and the future all walked into a bar. Tense, right?
Okay, I got one
That's
too.
us. That's us. Our future together.
A future together? Not
Yes, it is.
Not
I
the
want
tense
that.
part.
I thought you meant
I
tense.
want that.
The tense part is
I
us,
got-
right?
No, it's past tense, future tense, present. That's the wordplay. I love wordplay. You know I do.
I usually like foreplay, but
Okay, can I do one too?
Well, that involves a conversation
no, it doesn't.
for me.
You just ease right into that one, baby. Okay,
Not in Trump's America.
you guys, please. Got him. Got him. Okay.
So wait a minute. Is my entire existence down to just Trump got elected? And that's why Sodi's here? If so, I'll leave.
Yep.
Well, then I feel like I've been cut short as a fucking co-host.
No, you.
And there's my 1F.
No, you.
I'll use it early. During the...
The intro.
No, I'm hurt. Am I just the Trump guy?
No, you're the conspiracy guy. That's all.
I thought I was what the average American thought. Crazy.
I would love to get into that. I would also love to. I have a great dad joke, and I don't want to save it for next week because I'll forget it, and I have it right here in front of me.
Go.
Do it.
You're not going to let us skip it.
Nope. I just had sex with a blind woman. She said I'm the biggest she's ever felt. I said, stop. You're pulling my leg.
Oh, my God. Georgie. Yes.
That's thanks to the dad joke subreddit.
Dude.
Thank you, dad joke subreddit.
Actually, my boss told me a joke today that was, and he would hate if I said this.
Let's go jokes.
But so bad that it was good.
Let's go jokes. What do you got?
Well, how much time do we have?
All the time in the world.
So this guy got hired as a security guard at a prison, right? So the warden says, "Hey, welcome. I'll show you around," right? And so this guy comes, perfect timing. So this guy comes, he gets the tour of this new prison he's going to be working at, and he shows him the prisons, the cells, the workout room, there's a TV room, cafeteria. Everyone's eating in the cafeteria. And as they're walking through, one of the inmates just stands up and goes, 14. Everyone just starts busting out laughing. They love it, right? Somebody else stands up and goes, 59. Oh, they all just start laughing again, right? And finally, the new guy says, "Hey, warden, why are these guys shouting out numbers?" And everyone just starts laughing. It's the funniest thing. And he goes, "Well, these guys have said all these jokes so many times to the point where they're not funny anymore. So instead of saying the joke, they just say the number. And that's what they get a rise out of." And he's like, "Oh, that's great." And he goes, you know, if you're going to work here, you should try it." And so this guy just goes, "Okay, 43. Nothing. Crickets. And he looks at the word and goes, I don't know what happened there. Everyone just kind of shouted out a number, and I picked one in between the other two. And he goes, "Yeah, some people just don't know how to tell a joke." Right? Like that one I just did, Doc. It was miserable, right? You hated it.
I went on too long.
Yeah, you hated it.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
that's the funny part. You got to make it long enough to where they...
I don't know what's going on.
Trevor,
Lost me in that one,
Brandon,
too.
what do you guys think?
I don't remember how that
I don't remember where it started.
I'm lost.
It's same.
Wait, are you not a part of this?
No,
Are
same.
you checked out already?
Hey guys, welcome to the second office. I'm your host, Alex George Dawkinson.
I brought Sour Patch Kids.
We have Brandon and Trevor. Yeah. Trevor with Athlon here to talk Wolves and Vikes with
No,
us
it's like a
again.
reunion video. You ever seen the end of a fucking, like, Love is Blind? Don't they bring everybody back and they talk about the fucking tea they had? Let's have it.
You want some tea?
No, I love you
Yep.
guys.
You got
tee
tea.
it up.
You got tea in a plastic
I
bottle right
didn't
next
realize
to you.
there was tea.
All right.
I came here and a pot was made.
Trevor, you are our honored guest host. We're starting with Vikes and free agency or the Wolves?
Let's talk Vikes.
Let's talk Vikes, baby. We got free agency right around the corner. What are we even waiting on? Theo Jackson has re-signed.
Huge fan of
Who?
that.
been waiting
Right?
for.
The backup. He's a backup, but
Have we
has
heard
shown
from
a lot
Harry?
of promise.
Have we heard from Harry?
Trevor, have we heard from Harry?
Not from him. I don't think you'll ever hear from him.
He's running it back, though, right?
Or not come back. I think that's what every local insider, local reporter seems to feel like it's closer that he comes back.
That'd be great because I teared
Mostly
up.
because Flores is back here.
You
You're
said
gonna
you
have
said
to
you said
at
someone
some
seemed
point.
to you said someone seemed to think that he was going to re-sign.
My mentality is run it back. I hope the defense's mentality is run it back.
Harrison's my favorite Viking ever. I really hope he comes back.
Re-sign Arnold then, right? Run it back.
Oh.
No, again, defense.
Oh, no, wait.
No, hang on. I prefaced with
No,
defense so
Nothing
people
good
would.
we did.
No, I prefaced with defense so people wouldn't get confused. But defense, I hope we run it back. Talking about a squad that went from 3 linebackers, Grenard, Van Ginkel, and Cashman, we didn't have in the squad last year. We created this immense group of opportunity, and we gave the green dot to a new guy, a former Gopher, Eden Prairie. I loved it. It was one of those things. I want to run all of that back. I want Metellus. I want Bynum. I want Harrison because we need that veteran at the top.
Metellus is a must sign. Trevor, correct me if I'm wrong. There seems to be rumblings.
There's so many holes in signings, though, that I want to keep hearing. Theo's a great start.
Byron Murphy.
Yep.
Rumblings Byron Murphy's resigning.
BMJ.
Is that right, Trev?
He posted like a highlight reel of himself. It's like 2 minutes long, all Vikings gear.
That was me, sorry.
I feel like free agents at this time of year are usually like wiping their social media of any of their team colors, and he kind of doubled down. So I think it's a good sign on that front. But we just don't know until next Tuesday when free agency opens.
Would love Byron back. We would still very much need.
So wait, Trevor said officially he's doubling down on the Vikings.
It's what according to social media. If we're reading into social media,
According to social
his
media,
season, that's gonna get
unofficially,
him paid.
Sodi
That's
says
two
he's doubling down.
interpretations.
Hit it. Thank you.
okay. Now we can't hit it again.
Yes. No, I just wanted to make sure it was close.
Back to Theo Jackson. This is a 7th round pick, right, Trevor? Who has just kept earning reps here, reps there. Got even better last year.
Yeah. Sodi, you'll love this. So Theo has basically been like an understudy for Metellus' role, which is everywhere on that defense.
It's everything we need.
The defensive backs coaching room calls Harrison Smith, Cam Bynum, Josh Metellus, and the 4th man, Theo Jackson, the 4 horsemen.
How do you put that guy in a room and not make him sweat? Those names that you're entered with, Theo Jackson, wow.
He rose to the occasion, man. We got him from the Titans, and he's just kind of like took on a role. He picked off Jalen Hurts last year or 2 years ago. He's got highlights. I think he could be like a deep safety in Bynum's role. I think if you got to get rid of one of the 4 horsemen, I think it's Bynum at this point.
Whoa. I disagree.
Well,
wait a minute. Why are we even talking about scenarios where one of them goes?
Because he's earned a contract, and
I don't think he leaves, though. I think much like
I'd say he's more expendable.
Brandon's going to like this. We're going to bring the offense in. Much like what Kevin O'Connell's got going on the offense, a lot of people understand that this is a system team. This is a culture. This is a cult. This is a drink the purple Kool-Aid.
I agree. It is a cult.
I will bring purple Kool-Aid every week of the regular season if that's what it takes for you guys to understand. Doc, you guys are looking for a new team. You and your lovely lady.
I have that. I have that. We're going to address that.
I will make purple Kool-Aid. I will hug you in the ways you hate to be hugged. I will talk to you.
I love being touched.
I will have those conversations. I will listen without being defensive. I will speak without being offensive, and I will leave my adversary with their dignity at the end of the argument. Is that a hot word? I've been watching TED Talks on relationships. No, I have. You know why? Believe it or not, sometimes on a Friday night when the bottle of wine is at the bottom, there's not enough band of brothers for you two to get through. So you're like, you know what? Let's learn how to love each other.
No,
brother.
that's when you move on to the Pacific.
I have not found a TED Talk that doesn't lead to the bedroom. I promise you that.
Okay. So look, as much as I would miss Cam Bynum's dances, as much as I would miss his dances, I would say of the group aforementioned, he's the most expendable. He had a very good year.
I disagree.
Yeah,
you don't want to hear my answer.
He had a great year. I get it. He had a great year, but
money,
Somebody
the
on
smarts
Twitter-
alone, that is blasphemous.
I love him.
Do you know?
I love him.
I know
do you want
do.
Adrian back?
Nope.
He probably could still run the ball, right?
But Harrison still had a great year, and for that take, I give you this.
I told you we were destined to be together like this.
That's what he gets. That's what he gets.
Doc.
He's put the hat on.
Harrison back. Harrison back no matter what. Let's go. Okay.
Can't fit over the
Can
headphones.
you pass me
Bynum's more
if that's what it
expensive.
takes? Do I have to put on a Packer hat to let Georgie know that, believe it or not, Harrison is old?
There's a jersey right there. I'll do it again.
It's covered in dog. Speaking of which, what's your cat doing in the corner over there?
Theo Jackson
Holy cow.
signed a new contract. Good for Theo. I wanted to give him a round of applause. He's earned it as a late round draft pick. Apparently the only picks that Kwesi can make are late rounders or undrafteds, but he did it again with Theo, so that's awesome. We hired.
He didn't pick Theo.
He didn't.
No, he's
Damn.
gone from the Titans. I mean, they signed him as a undrafted rookie after he was cut from Titans.
Who am I
training
thinking
camp.
of? I
No.
thought he was our 7th rounder. Oh, I'm stupid.
Pac-Man Jones from the Cowboys. Welcome to the Dallas Cowboys.
Welcome to Dallas Cowboys. We hired a new assistant from the Saints by the name of
Greg Williams.
Jordan Traylor as a new assistant OC and assistants quarterbacks coach,
Hardly
taking
knew
the
her.
place of Grant Udinsky. Fills the key void. Udinsky left to be the Jaguars OC. Trevor, do you know anything about him?
No, I mean not a ton. I know that the hole left from Grant Udinsky's pretty immense, and that he's got a pretty big job ahead of him. But again, like, you gotta trust O'Connell in these situations.
Trevor, are you
Which
in
I
a place
do.
where you're not allowed to be loud?
No,
I can turn him
just,
up.
No, turn him up.
I'll turn him up.
I need more Trev.
I got him. Is that this one? Nope, that's not that one. It's got to be this one.
Trev,
I don't know which one it is.
can you do me a
Okay.
favor and say many mumbling mice were making midnight music in the moonlight?
Many mumbling mice were making midnight music in the moonlight.
15% more, and I'm in.
Okay.
I want more Trev.
We are officially not taking Darnold. So Brandon made a joke, but I do want to touch on that. All the things we did well
let
last
him
year.
make it.
Well, it was a
No,
joke.
I already-
He already said it.
I want to hear it.
You said you want to run it back.
Yeah.
And then Brandon said by cutting everyone, that was good, essentially.
Is that what we're doing?
Well, we're not taking Darnold, which was the jab. And I do want to talk about
My
this.
joke was specific to Darnold.
Yes, and I do want to talk about this
Well,
because...
let's talk about that jab.
Nope. I'm going to talk about Darnold.
What? I want to take shots like the best of them. Let me take my jabs.
It was in lieu. It was a good one-liner. It happened, and it was funny. So, Sam Darnold, there has been talks that we're going to re-sign him because maybe the market for him isn't...
It's softening.
It's softening. And why is that?
So am I.
What happened to all the... Oh, yeah, the Fran Tagan trade. What happened to that? Where did that go? And now offers are apparently not even coming in the $30 million a year, which is this repercussions from his last 2 stinkers, or is that just the market? But bummer for the Vikes either way.
Both.
Yeah.
You
Might
know?
be his whole career.
It's got to be that. It's got to be the last 2 games, and it's got to be the quarterback needy teams. From what I hear, are preferring to possibly trade up for a Cam Ward or Shadur. Shadur.
Taking our Shadurs.
Trevor, what's going on with Sam?
I mean, a lot of what you said, man. I think overall people see like, oh, one season is flash in the pan. However, like, you go back to his time with San Francisco, he played great with the Panthers for a half a season also.
Started hot.
This dude has been playing good football in better situations than the New York Jets for 3 years, but I think people are just still a little scared that, how this can blow up in their face.
Yeah, the skepticism has to be there. I think if you're trying to run an organization competently, the skepticism has to be there, at least a little bit. Even though, God, it's the Brett Favre effect. I'm always going to love Brett Favre for 09. Sack of
Is that
shit.
why you made
sack of shit in
Adrian
2010.
Peterson sign a Brett
I didn't
Favre
make
face
him.
mask?
I got it on
helmet?
eBay. It's worth it.
But you know what it's like? So that helmet, right?
Yeah.
Is Brett Favre's helmet and face mask, right?
Probably a lot of players.
Adrian never wore that,
That's fine.
but he signed it, right? Mm-hmm. Brandon,
Yeah.
over your left shoulder is a helmet. Brandon,
Is it his right shoulder though?
well, Brandon knows who signed it. I can tell you Randall Cobb wore a helmet like that. Trevor,
You're a great Packers fan. You never get credit.
no, I'm a
for it.
face mask freak, dude. It comes from Madden. I forced myself to find the only update that Madden made every year, and that was equipment. The only update Madden made from a year-to-year basis was new face masks.
Second office, resident face mask.
So much
Madden
like my
expert.
friends,
Got him.
I forced myself to find the bright, shiny star in whatever they changed the last year.
What year is that from?
07. Vic was on the cover.
Like, don't mess with that, Brandon. He's got every answer when it comes to that.
He's wrong about this one though.
That
Oh,
looks
shit.
newer.
Oh, what's he wrong about?
Correct.
He's off by a decade.
Getting corrected is my kink, so hammer down. Also, king shaming is my kink, so king shame me, and I dare you. Either way, I'm turned on. What do you got? What are you drinking?
Turned on either way.
What are you drinking?
Okay.
This is Costco finest Kirkland water here.
Let's
Is it
go.
spring or purified?
Purified, baby.
Clap.
Good job, Brandon.
Mississippi run through a sponge.
So Trevor, let's assume we get if the writing's on the wall, we're gonna get Byron back. We are still very much in need of quarterbacks. We are still very much in need of the trenches, especially the interior trenches.
O-line.
What are we looking for? I know we're gonna bring this up every week and like through next week even. What's best case scenario in free agency? Because I already saw Joe Thuney on the Chiefs. He became available. A day later was snapped up by the Bears. I know he needs a new contract
Jonah
too,
Williams.
but he's 32.
They trade for Jonah Williams
And
also.
Jonah Williams, I know. So they went
what's
right for
left out there?
they went right for the two guards.
Trevor, you mind if I take the lead on this?
Yeah, go for it.
Joey Bosa for league minimum O-line. Beef him up.
Where's the
All right.
Here it is.
Thank you. Well, I just want everyone to know what a shit take looks like.
Well, Joey
There's
Bosa had a big
rumors
fall
that
from grace, which
Drew
sucks, but
Dahlman. There's rumors that the Bears are going after Drew Dahlman now.
and that is who?
He is a center for the Falcons. Very good. Better than anyone on the free agent market. And they're about to get 3 guys by trade before free agency even starts.
Kirk said he had the
and we got
softest
straps.
underpant of any center he's ever touched.
That guy.
Yep.
Interesting. Okay.
Velvety undercarriage.
So before free agency starts, they've addressed their
You
interior.
can't coach that.
Both guards and center.
You can't.
Yeah.
What
You
the
can't-
hell?
You can't go.
Which makes more room.
You can't
for
coach
us, but
Gooch.
It's like there's not as much left. So,
Well, that's my worry. So we're gonna be left to
I missed you.
we're gonna be left to the draft, which we don't have much of.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Sody,
This is the first I've heard of this. We don't have draft capital. If only we had some guys to tell us about
my
this.
point is,
How
if,
many picks
if
do we
all the
have?
good linemen are going, and I think there's going to be some decent D linemen though. But if we're talking
Why-
about O line,
Let's talk about mistakes we made in the past.
hell are we gonna
Why
do?
don't we have draft capital,
Let's
Trevor?
go.
Why don't the Vikings have draft capital? Let's go, Spuds. More head.
More smells, baby.
are they
More
up
head
now?
till I'm dead,
Down
baby.
4-2, 5-4
5-4
now.
Sorry.
Damn,
4, baby.
I told you. I thought it was going to be 5-1 after the first.
Trevor.
one. Okay.
My question as a casual, mediocre, bandwagon, purple Kool-Aid Vikings fan, why don't the Vikings have the draft capital I'm used to with a Kwesi Adolfo-Mensah run organization?
we traded 2 picks to get Dallas Turner.
Happy about that.
Also gave
I am
up
too
one
at this
to
point.
move up 1 spot for JJ McCarthy.
I'm okay with that.
And yeah, just kind of a lot of TJ Hawkinson trade. I think that was for picks the year.
That was a
before.
second
Wait,
rounder.
TJ's pretty good, right?
That was the second rounder.
See, I was led to believe that
it's
this
great.
organization
They're
had
good
just given
moves.
away
It's
picks
good.
for no reason. And
False.
I don't know where I'd gotten that information. It's crazy.
The internet.
No.
It's the,
Check your sources.
The anti-Quasi brigade.
Exactly.
Hi.
Brandon, your take on the
You're
Vikings
a-
draft
you're a good enemy
possibilities.
to make.
No, I mean, they made their choices, and that's fine. Hawkinson's been doing great. You know, he played 4 games last year. It's gonna be awesome.
More than 4.
No,
Worth
no,
it.
no, hang on.
Now,
How many did he
and-
play? Georgie, fact check.
Let's
How
push
many
all
games?
the chips
It was a
in.
joke. It was more than
Push
Is that
4.
all the
accurate?
chips in
Yep.
for JJ McCarthy. We haven't seen him play a single down in the NFL, but let's push all those chips in. It's gonna be great.
No,
You guys are going
hey,
undefeated
I
He's
heard
over
you-
200 pounds now.
I heard you say
Yeah,
we,
he did-
Brandon,
he
which
did
means
get-
you're involved in this. I love that.
So he did get over 200 pounds.
He's over
so
200 pounds,
so
baby.
for that he's over 200 pounds.
Oh,
Skull
yeah,
horn.
big boy.
All,
All that pizza he's
boy.
giving away.
He can square up in the
It's all that
shower.
pizza. But Brandon, if
He
we're
can
if
square
we're
up.
if we're talking about unwarranted praise, maybe that contract Jordan Love got after maybe not proving it as much as he should have.
Dude, low hanging fruit. Don't go after my guys like that. Come on.
Hey,
It's okay.
I'm not a Packers
That
fan
is
anymore.
okay.
Is there Brandon, your take on that first.
Hold on, it's getting hot in here.
You guys, I'm gonna skull, but then I'm gonna skull, and then I'm gonna go
That's a
pack
Galler
out.
horn. It's different than a school.
Because we're
I
both
don't
second
think
to the Lions
Packers
this coming year.
and I don't think the Vikings, if we're talking about pure playoff wins this past year, measured up to anyone, and that's okay.
Wait a minute.
yeah, we don't
This
talk
is-
about
this
the playoffs.
is the first singularity I've felt
Playoffs are for chumps.
from my Packer cohort.
Yeah, unless you measure things by Super Bowl wins. You sure?
Damn it!
For chumps.
Damn it!
That's good.
Damn it, Brandon.
So-
The first one I heard was wild. My grandpa was there.
All right.
He was also at
It
D-Day.
was 96.
Wait, what?
God, well, 30 years ago.
18?
Shit. That's crazy. 29 years ago.
No.
My
The
God.
If
reality
your car's
is,
a 96, I promise you.
the reality is the Packers, just like the Vikings, can only get better. The Vikings choose to do. I'm sorry. The Vikings choose to do it through free agency. Packers choose to do it through the draft, and that's okay.
Wait, hang on. Do we have any unlicensed inspirational music that we could play in the background while he starts that over and expands?
I do
So
not.
good.
Sorry.
How
Not,
about if I just
We can edit it in.
seriously,
I'll put it in.
say what you just said again, but expand on it because I like that. This is an unbiased opinion from your squad, and we need this during the offseason.
Brandon, you can do that, or you can move on to the other NFL.
We get
Your
there.
call.
So,
Nice.
no, it's
gonna
fine. We can talk about this.
He's going to go on.
Please.
No, so some teams, Sody.
Wait, hang on. We're talking about
like-
the Packers. Don't make this all about the Vikings. This is your floor for
he
your
is.
team. Don't make this about the Vikings.
Give it to him.
Can I go?
And go.
If you're gonna go about your team, yes. If you're gonna go about
Sure,
mine,
okay.
no.
And go.
Some teams choose to build their team through the draft. The Packers are one of those teams. They draft well. They also draft fucking poorly, just like a lot of teams do. I can't tell you how many first-round draft picks the Packers have just sucked on.
Drafting is hard.
But
Let him go.
our second round, our third round, your boy Aaron Jones, he was a fifth-round pick.
Did not- I forgot about that.
The Packers
George?
do very, very well when it comes to drafting, especially in the later rounds. We make stars. It's fine. The Vikings, they can't do that because they choose to get stars that have already proven themselves, and they move around through free agency, and that's okay. And this year is great for them because the cap number went up so much. They're gonna be able to do whatever they want.
Right?
I'm excited. I'm excited for you guys. The off season is here.
Wait, so you ended
Let's
the
go.
conversation talking about the Vikings, though, right?
Off season.
Yeah. So again, I told you, give you the floor about your team, and again, all you can talk about is ours. I just want to make sure everyone that listens can see where you guys like to talk. Move on.
I don't know why you say you guys.
Yeah, he's
I
just
haven't opened my mouth.
No,
once.
not you. Sorry, you Packer fans.
My
No, it's
thing's
okay.
about to be a
I
bracket.
did talk about the Packers.
No, we're way more interesting. I get it. Georgie, what are you going to talk about next? Us?
I have a question for Brandon. quickly.
Trevor.
Do you think
I'll do my best.
Do you think you guys might draft another wide receiver?
Yes.
You should,
No,
right?
no.
Thank you. A
Wide
question
receiver.
about the Packers. Trevor gets it.
Yeah. I mean, we're gonna draft a probably another slot receiver. I think we're going to go in free agency and get a perimeter receiver.
I
Devontae
think
Adams available.
if I was a betting person, I think
DK Metcalf.
even though the draft is in Green Bay, even though the draft is in Green Bay, the first round pick gets dealt for DK.
DK and G-Bay, baby.
Do you guys think that's a good
The
deal? I don't know.
We should start that hashtag. DK and G-Bay. Come on. Somebody.
Yeah, that's a good hashtag.
Thank
Okay,
you.
let's do it.
Yeah. So going back to it, no, I think that's great.
Also,
I think it'd be
Ayuk and
awesome if the
Steeler
Packers-
country. That's another
If
one.
the Packers went out and got DK Metcalf, I would be incredibly happy about that. And if they give up their first round pick, I'm
Wait,
okay with that.
Let's
I
exp-
think
wait,
that
How old
hey,
is he?
Hang on. Let's expand. What will
27.
DK Metcalf do for your offense? Brandon and Doc only. Georgie, shut up. Trevor, take a back seat, but you get to chime in first as a Viking.
he'd be a field stretching wide receiver,
Stretching.
and a huge threat down the road. I mean, winning 50-50 balls at a very elite level that he's done in Seattle for his entire career.
I think him on the opposite side of Christian Watson, assuming he can stay healthy, would add another dimension to the Packers' offense. I don't know that I give up a first for him.
Here's the
I
Matthews
don't,
jersey, George.
I
Just
don't
put
think
it on.
Christian Watson's on our team next year.
Ooh,
I
is
would
it?
agree with that.
Is he up for a rookie extension? Is he due to be like for the 5th-year option, or what's his situation?
He's at the end of his rookie contract, and I don't see them re-signing him, and I don't see them holding on to him. He is just too injury prone. And I love Christian Watson. I do as a human, but I just don't think it's in the cards for him to be a long-term Packer.
Injuries, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Okay. But
In
first,
fact, and look at what the Packers have done in the past. They get rid of injury prone people. Usually a year, a questionable year where they're like, oh, you're really letting them go now, but it's usually the right time.
No, it's true that they have
100%,
historically made that
100%.
decision.
Yeah, they're good at that.
So
I've
theoretically,
seen,
go Trevor.
Sorry, George.
Nope,
I've
you.
seen somewhere where the average weight of like a Packers wide receiver in LaFleur's offense is like 208 pounds, which is massive.
Really?
Fatty. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're looking for guys.
As a
who are
fat
gonna
guy, I'm
block.
just gonna say it.
And so that's a big thing that's underrated about DK's.
Wait a
game,
minute,
too.
210? I'm jealous.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
I haven't
Yeah,
weighed
but
that much since 8th grade.
I think a lot of things. I think one thing that people forget about DK is he's fast too.
As
So he
shit.
can stretch the field.
Fast
He's
as
a
hell.
big boy. So when you get in the red zone, he can jump up and muscle the ball.
the
away
only
from ya.
person I know that's faster than DK is Buda Baker.
I remember that highlight. It's a good highlight.
It's the only, other than that, DK is like a horse.
Also, if you're going to bring to the table the argument, have you seen him with his shirt off? Then sure, maybe he's a first round pick. I get
looks
it.
just like
Well,
me.
Hey, hang on,
And-
let's try and shine
Just
a
like
light on
Brandon.
what,
And I think-
what Georgie wants to focus on.
I know, right?
Brandon.
And then I think,
Let's talk about him shirtless.
Shirtless guys?
and I think it's really important to say that he would just be,
Sure.
one F.
Oh God.
Did he be the
A room full of wide
Five
receiver
number
ones.
ones.
Does he turn to 1E when Watson gets cut for being a fatty?
Yes.
DK, show these guys how not to be fat.
Brandon.
Now is he 1B? Who's the skinniest wide receiver in the room? Because he's the
Christian.
best in your book, right?
Christian.
Well,
We need the thinnest wide out ever.
Brandon, what if Christian Watson stays healthy all
You
year
guys must love Justin.
and has not a crazy year, but he stays healthy and he puts up
6'4", 140.
1,000 yards, 8 touchdowns.
No, I think he would put up like 800 yards, 6 touchdowns. I think he'd be a good field stretcher, just like DK. I mean, you get both of them on each side, and he is actually healthy and he stays healthy. That's a big if. He's never done it.
So you still
That's
don't
fair.
re-sign him?
I don't think so. I
Or
think we
extend
just.
him?
I think
Hey,
we
I'm
move
a big
on,
if.
you know?
These guys keep resigning me. You know what I'm
one's-
saying? Come on, Doc.
No one's re-signing. If they're not number
Hit it.
one wide
That's-
receiver, no one's re-signing anyone anymore because they hit the market and they're like 15+ mil.
Yeah.
And you've had Christian Watson for like 3-4 every year.
Well, and what's funny is remember what's his name with the Jags, Christian Kirk, signed for like 23 mil, and everyone was like, "What the hell?" It kind of screwed over the market for a minute, and now he's set to be cut.
He got
Darius
he got
Hayward
traded
Bay.
to the Texans today.
Oh
For a
shit!
7th round pick.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to be great. I'm like, oh, this
Same.
guy's apparently good.
Same.
He's
He
a
would.
$20 million a year wide
Yes,
receiver.
he would have the
Nope.
occasional awesome game, and I don't know, and then
He's
you.
a 7th round pick, which is worth like $700K.
Jeez Louise, he can't have too many years left at 20 mil a year, though, right?
No. I mean, they got to work something out with him.
You know. Okay. Speaking of wide receivers who we thought big things were coming for, this is you guys want a Hunter Renfrow update?
No. Move on.
Why?
Because he's out of the league a couple years after putting up a shit ton of yards and
Wait,
touchdowns and
do you
being a
want-
number one wide receiver.
Do you want me to tell you why?
He works at a recycling plant now, apparently.
Do you want me to tell you why Hunter Renfrow is out of the league?
Why?
I was hoping you'd go no, and here's why. To be honest,
I think it's a prime
I didn't read
the
opportunity
script.
for
No.
The white wide receiver to come back, man. What the hell happened?
no, we're all about the corners now. We're all about the corners. Cooper DeJean, baby.
DeJean.
Give me that mustard.
Just thought that was funny. Yeah, he's business development at ESS Industrial.
Now we're bored of Thielen.
This is a couple years removed from being. He's not even 30 yet. A couple years removed from being a number one wide receiver.
He's undersized, and Wes Welker already did it. We're bored. Move on.
Right, but if you can make millions, maybe. I mean,
Yeah, Amendola did that. Move on.
No, the Lad McConkey's the new Welker. You know.
Thank you. By the way, you want to know where DK is actually going? Opposite of Lad. Lad's going to be in the slot. DK is going to be a Charger. You heard it here
It's gonna
first.
be Devontae Adams going to Chargers.
Okay.
no, they. Oh,
Wait.
Sody, I think that is a good idea.
How do you make
though.
a clip? DK is going to be a Charger. Watch. Justin Herbert's going to need a pacifier, his hail up fucking send Mary to get him through the playoffs, which he needs because he does that hail up, get me out of fucking Dodge type deal.
Yep.
DK is that type of field stretcher like you guys talked about. Jordan Love's too calculated to require a pacifier like that. Herbert is not. He's young, untested, and white. They don't know what consequences
yeah,
are.
but
They just
hear-
move
hear me-
forward
hear me
and
out,
hope
hear
that
me
the
out,
daddy
Sody,
and
hear
mommy
me out.
take care of it. And DK is going to be daddy.
Hear me out, Sody. With the Chargers, it's not about Justin Herbert. It's about the coach. It's not the offense they're going to run.
I also think they are not ready to give
So wait a
up
minute.
on
If DK
Quentin
becomes a
Johnson
Charger,
makes him redundant. Quentin Johnson makes him redundant. As a physical specimen, Quentin Johnson is that. He hasn't had the production, had a lot of good games last year and had his best year as a pro, but I think I think he makes DK redundant and they wouldn't want to give up the capital for him.
Sodi doesn't give sports takes when Sodi gives sports takes, and you put Sodi in the corner.
They need the route runner.
If DK becomes a Charger, I will silently just go.
And we'll post that everywhere.
Shrug.
No, and he very well may. He very well may.
Whoa, hang on a second. Hang on. Moments ago, I felt the contrary.
Well, you're in your feelings, and I want to make sure they're validated.
No, and I want to make sure all your bases are covered.
You don't have to cover my bases, baby.
I could see if it's between Devontae and DK going to Chargers.
No, it's absurd. It would never happen.
I would say Devontae's a better fit
Totally.
because of
Trevor,
Quentin Johnson.
what do you think?
Trevor?
I agree with you, George.
Yes.
This is why I want to host a show so people agree with me.
Yes. Okay.
Just kidding.
You guys, fresh new deal for
It's
Saquon.
control. I want control. Dog.
Thoughts?
Every man wants it.
Thoughts? Fresh new deal for Saquon. He's getting paid like all running backs want to be paid.
Deserves
love
it.
He absolutely
First,
deserves it.
first year, what do you bring to the team?
The Super Bowl
Super Bowl.
Pay him.
and the yardage record.
Those quads,
Amazing.
you bet.
Oh my God.
God.
You
I'm
bet.
just happy to see him.
As Cowboy
finally
Tom would say,
realize his
you bet.
potential with the Giants
Absolutely.
just kind of ruining him and
Seriously.
taking the running back market single-handedly, inflating the quarterback market with Daniel Jones. Like the Giants just are a complete mess.
They're domestic
Wait a
terrorists,
minute,
aren't
wait a minute.
Yeah, they're just ruining the league.
son of a
Saquon
bitch.
does
I
not
didn't
Those
think
are
about
the
that.
same
There's
guys that
domestic
want
terrorism in New
McCarthy,
York.
right?
Yeah.
Those are the same guys that are like, we'll trade you a first-round pick for McCarthy.
No, McCarthy's going to win the MVP next year.
Yep.
Go to the Super Bowl. Win that.
If he doesn't, you get that tattooed.
No.
Well, you don't believe it then. You don't believe it then. Don't say stuff you don't believe.
I'm very happy.
I don't
for
want a tattoo.
Really? You have none?
No.
you. I also have
I have just on my lower back, and it says Sodi's.
with an
Sodi's
arrow.
place.
With an arrow.
I didn't agree to that.
No, I know.
You gotta consult him
Is
first.
this somebody else trademarking my name without my permission?
Yeah, I mean, what are
God
you doing
damn
here?
it.
Jesus.
We talked about this, or tried to.
Saquon signs a 2-year, $41.2 million contract extension that makes him the
Talking
highest
my
paid
lawyer.
running back in NFL history. The deal makes Barkley the NFL's first 20+ million per year running back. For 2 years. I assume that brings him to, 29, 30? Just in time for him to get another fat contract because he's still going to be great if he stays with the Eagles.
Big fat
I better be
fatties.
30.
Well, dude,
Okay.
they re-upped on him after 1 year. Like,
Exactly.
that's
Like they're just doing right
that's
by
how
him.
the
I love
Eagles
it.
do business, but
Um,
I like the way they're thinking.
I do too.
I
And,
do too.
and James Cook
I-
must be in shambles.
Trevor, back in the day, I knew guys that would re-up on a dealer after one good bag. Why? You want to believe in that consistency.
that bag brought you
want
to
to
Super Bowl?
invest, you want to invest in that product consistently. If you tell him, I believe you can give me that, sometimes that guy stepped his game up. And he made sure to bring you fire and not no mids, no swag. Straight gas, player. Every
You
week.
know, I just wish you had the same thought about other teams too. You know,
I do. I try to have that opinion. Which other team would you like me to care about? I'll care about them right now.
we can talk about the Vikings.
That's
He could do it with the Lions.
Yeah, Brandon. I don't think you're not letting me branch out.
Lions. Go.
You want me to talk about the Lions?
No.
I can't wait to see what Aiden Hutchinson brings back after a year of injury. That guy is the heart of the defense, and after coming back from a season, watching his team not do what I know he thinks they're capable of doing, I think that guy is worth every dollar in the fucking book.
Agreed.
I'm with you.
Yeah, he was front runner, defensive player of the year. I mean, and I know he
like-
got injured super early, but
Biggest C you can put on a fucking chest. That's my guy. If I'm
He shouldn't
Dan
even have a
Campbell,
number. He should just have a big seat.
I would say, Jared, make sure you get a second place seat behind Aiden because he's going to be leading the fucking huddle.
Doc, what's hockey update?
It's not working, man.
He lost it. Guys, thoughts? Debo Samuel to the Commanders for a 5th.
I think when Devontae joins that squad,
Eagle.
he's going to be washed away in the mix, and he's going to be the best slot the world's ever seen.
Devontae's going to the Commanders, you say? No way.
That's my take.
No way.
No, I think Debo for a 5th is a steal.
I think it is too.
Yeah, I think they're loading up.
And this is another big if. Like,
Miami, baby.
We've had plenty of ifs so far. There's another big if he stays healthy. Look at those weapons now for Jaden Daniels. They got an incredible option game already. That gets emphasized with Debo. And Scary Terry finally has a quarterback and showed what he can do with a quarterback. That offense was already insane, putting up most points per drive, I think, at least at one point in the season.
I think Kermit the Frog was humanized in the Super Bowl, and they can no longer advertise him on Nickelodeon, so they're going to hitch their wagon to Jaden McDaniels, and they're going to give him every weapon they need, which is Scary Terry. He's already got. They're going to give him Debo, which is a well-known name from everyone that hates San Francisco.
I bet they draft a running
so
back.
all the Swifties already hate Debo, so they're already creating enemies in this NFL world for fans that weren't a fan 2 years ago, and now they're doing that when Devontae Adams joins. Now all the Vikings fans are going to hate the Commanders, and it's the only person that can go against the Eagles, which we already hate. It's a brilliant villain that I can't believe I didn't come up with.
Yeah.
You had me lost for a second with Kermit, but I love the reference.
Yeah, you tied it together at the end there for a minute. For a minute, I was thinking you're like Michael Scott, where what's that line? You just try to find it, but you knew what you were doing there. that was good.
Where am I?
I don't know.
Sodi, I was in the Florida Keys and I was just chilling in the hot tub.
Largo?
These Lions fans were just, yeah, exactly.
Largo? Seriously?
Yeah.
Obviously,
chilling
I
in
knew
Largo.
you're a Largo guy. I'm a Largo guy.
That's my family, man.
Dude, Largo's where
I
it's
have a-
at. If it ain't Largo, go home.
Either way, a few Lions fans are in the hot tub and we're just talking, and then one of them's like, if you really tried to put it on, you sound a lot like Patrick Mahomes. And I'm like, what the hell?
Oh no,
You don't.
Yeah, what?
I don't think so.
I could not pay enough to be in that hot tub with you, Trevor. So I could first of all
I
say
have the rasp. I have the rasp for this.
no. So
I don't hear
you
it at all.
have a rasp.
I don't hear it at all.
I just feel like my team tried really hard today, and I feel like my girlfriend or wife tells me that I sound like
Again, if I talk to my real voice, which I just think Michael Jackson had a career out of having a voice that was different than other people. And I think if Patrick leaned into his, he might also have a career, but he doesn't. He has to hide behind a macho career that the NFL has created for him.
Oh, 6'4" now. Let's go.
There's a
Buds, baby.
Buds up.
Kind of similar to the way that I interact with this podcast. I just give your guys is my natural voice. And Doc.
Trevor, I don't hear it at all, and I'm sorry you were told that. That's an insult.
Yeah, like I said, I'd love to be in that hot tub because
I shrugged it off.
Can we go back to the Commanders for a minute?
Yes, please.
Sure.
Please.
I have somebody as a sleeper this year for fantasy. Tight end Ben Sinnott, the Senator.
The Senator.
I'll take Selleck all day.
The
That's cool.
Commanders.
Yeah,
Nice.
he was a second-round draft pick last year. They picked him for a reason.
Because who else do they have?
Nobody.
Is it nobody?
Well, they had Zach Ertz.
They had Zertz. That's
I think
right.
he's still there, but I don't know.
No, that guy, not Selleck. Sorry, Ertz, the former Eagle that isn't Brent Selleck. Ertz. I'll take Ertz.
Zertz.
Zertz has a chip on his shoulder, and it's not a Lay's baked
You
barbecue.
almost beat me in the semifinals with Zertz.
Finals.
Yep. Sorry.
So is
That was the
Zertz,
damn
is Zertz
finals.
taking a backseat role next season?
God,
to allow
it
this
was
guy to
garbage time, and he got like 4
contribute?
straight catches.
Brandon?
I was like,
Hang on, Brandon has a take on this.
Brandon.
Yeah, I think Ertz will have a role right up front, but I think Sinnott's going to eventually take over that.
But
tight
did
end
Zertz not
one
sign a
role.
1 year? Is he not a free agent?
I don't know, but he's
an
gonna Ertz
Eagle
you.
killer. He's here to kill Eagles. That's it.
Doc,
And that's why he's in that division.
Doc's going to set the record for those in an episode. Everything he says.
Wait, did I not?
I mean, the thing of it is, Zach Ertz is 34 years old. He's
That's
not
what I'm
getting any
saying.
Younger.
So
Exactly.
am I.
You know.
Yeah, he
my
signed. He signed a 1 year, $3 million with the Commanders, so he's free agent.
He's only 34. He looks that good.
We see
The
there's-
fuck am I eating?
Doc, you look great. I haven't seen Zach in as
Doc?
kick-ass of a vest.
All I'm gonna say is, if you want to get down, you got to make your name. Okay, just kidding.
Oh, okay. Sorry, Sodi, I missed that one.
No, it's
That was
a
good.
movie. Boston George is out of prison now, so it's cool.
If you wanna get down, you got to take her out.
I don't know the lyrics, so I made up "Make Your Name."
Cocaine. Nailed it.
I don't know if I did.
Guys, what are we missing in the NFL world? Trevor, what do you got? What's the buzz before we move on?
The buzz is free agency is T-minus 5 days away now. 4 days.
In your
Can't
in your
wait.
perfect
Wait
Viking,
for it to be here.
what is your perfect Vikings free agency?
Probably, man. I hope we draft a running back. This running back class is so good.
I know
would
we
like
don't.
to see
Like,
us
yeah,
take a flyer on a middle round nose tackle, pass rusher,
Yep.
and then pair them with 2 new guards.
So wait, Trevor, early round running back, later round D line.
Yeah, later on D lineman. We splurge at defensive tackle.
in
Get another guy.
in free
Free
agency,
agency.
there's going to be Jonathan Allen from the Commanders. He's
Milton Williams or
Milton.
what's
Yep.
his name?
Yeah. No, I think you're right.
Yeah.
I think you're correct.
Millwall.
There's
We'll call
options to at the very least improve. Like these are not like guys you break the bank for, but are definitely worth decent contracts that would improve us.
Yeah, we need to add youth and depth, and I don't think we need to go. I think Trey Smith would have been an exception, but we don't have to go chase like a top tier guy. We can just reload, handful of guys at each one. And
Trey
we can
Way
build
doesn't
like
always
the
pan
Eagles.
Fair enough. Yeah, what happened to him? Is he out of the league now?
Pretty sure.
Trey Waynes? You just keep getting injured? I was so psyched with him as
Oh,
a
yeah,
first rounder.
He owns his own hunting land in Wisconsin.
Son of a bitch.
That's his thing now.
It's called Troll Hogan.
Nice. Yeah. So where's all of our free agent dollars go?
DT, defensive tackle for sure.
Trenches.
Trenches, all the
Not-
DT. Trevor,
not
see,
Sam
I've
Darnold.
thought about that. I would not be mad at a first round running back
Yeah, I'm very open to that.
because that is
What do you
a.
guys pick in
Well,
the first round?
I mean, the last 2 times were what? Dalvin Cook and Adrian Peterson.
24?
He won't be there.
Cook was second rounder.
Sorry.
Yeah,
24.
24, right? Yeah. So I don't know who's going to be
I
available.
just wish we
Trevor,
were more like
is
the
there anyone you got
Packers,
your eyes
and
on?
we could draft talent like that.
Omar
That'd be cool.
Hampton's really good.
Like Aaron
Honestly,
Jones in the
it's
5th
really
round.
deep.
That's sick. I wish he played for my team.
This year's draft class is really deep. We could go like if we could somehow position ourselves to have 2/3. You go defensive tackle and running back there. You're going to get really good guys who can start very early.
Like a
And
Sharif
that leaves
Floyd.
the first round pick open. And would it be crazy if we went guard there for Tyler Booker?
Hell no.
Wait, we're not the type to make a splash on day 1 and move up at all.
No, we'll probably trade back.
We'll move up one spot.
Wait a minute.
I think we're
like-
all gonna go. We're all gonna travel to Green Bay to watch our teams.
Wait a minute. Is that
determine
where the draft
future.
is?
Yeah.
The draft
Yeah.
is in Green. Thank you, Trevor. Agreed.
And
Yep.
and let's all go.
I
and
got
then
a
we're
truck
watch
and
both
fit all
our
of
teams
us.
Trade back. It's gonna be great.
Doc's riding shotgun. He's my navigator.
It would just be an excuse to drink more, I suppose.
Shh.
Right?
Shh. It's educational. It's a business trip.
Don't the Packers pick
Tax
one pick in
write-off.
front of the Vikings?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
I've seen.
Oh, yes, Buds hockey. Buds hockey.
More head before bed. Just kidding.
What?
Nothing.
Oh.
Here, can I hold up half?
Buds hockey, baby. Let's go.
Ooh, wait,
Let's
what,
get it.
is
It's upside
what
down.
sound does
Let's
a
get it.
potato make?
Let's get. As it's sizzling in the fryer, baby.
More head before bed, baby. Let's go. Let's go, Spuds.
Go Spuds. Number 1 team in the nation.
Spuds ain't duds, baby.
Number 1 team in the nation.
I'm
Okay.
glad we
Fuck
found
off.
common ground.
I'll
on the
ask
Spuds.
I'll ask the lone Packer fan, what's the ideal free agency?
Brandon's not alone. Doc's here. He's just been quiet tonight. He's been cheering for the Spuds.
He's not a Packers fan anymore.
What?
He said that. Tush push.
As an
It
undecided.
was the whole thing.
The Philadelphia Flyers did really well in the 70s.
Doc, is there an update in your search for a team? You're still a Packers
That's
fan.
more important than anything else we've talked
I want to
about.
hear
See it
this.
in your eyes.
Why is that not the first thing we discuss when I get here?
It's a good point.
This is more important because this is where his heart lies all season. I want to know where my friend's going to be at
Doc, where's your heart?
mentally. If I watch the Broncos get demolished, do I got to check on my guy?
Where's that?
Where's
that,
the compass?
Where's that cold heart of yours?
Where's the compass? It's not cold.
He doesn't even know yet.
Don't listen to him.
I don't know if I have room for a team in my soul right now.
In your icebox.
Is that my fault?
I'm a cold-hearted son of a.
I can be less.
computer.
I can be less.
I just do what corporate tells me. So I am waiting for corporate to tell me who to cheer for.
Damn right. Who gives you your paycheck? Corporate. I hear you. I hear you. Okay.
I don't know. I mean, what colors are these right now? I mean, this is a nice vest. You know, this
Kind of
is a nice.
Timberwolvesy. They're a little
This is a
Timberwolvesy.
nice, yeah. Oh well, that's That's definitely
That's apt, right?
basketball, not football.
Brandon, what's the ideal Packers free agency?
Oh gosh, honestly, not a ton. I would like him to see them make a splash on defense. I think a little run at Myles Garrett wouldn't hurt him.
I hate that.
Drug test him.
Yeah, I mean he's coming from Cleveland. I get it. I'm here. I would like to see them go after a receiver. I think they need to shake up that room a little bit, which would be a good thing. Outside of that, though, they're some corner help maybe, but Jari's on the trade block right now.
Yep.
Be nice to see them, get some more draft capital and
they should be able to. I know he's still a good corner. Right? Like you can argue if he's worth the trouble, but he's still a good corner. They'll get something for him. I don't know.
Yeah,
But it's funny. I have no idea what that market would be.
Yeah, I'm sure whatever team Aaron Rodgers lands on, he'll end up going there.
Were they buds?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So again, I think we've got a lot, and I think like Dontavian Wicks, he's going to get dealt. I think that's going to be part of a package deal of some sort. So they're going to need help at receiver. They're going to need help on in their secondary and I think on their defensive line, they could always use a little extra help. But.
Yeah, and I think from if I was a Packers fan, what I would hope they would do in free agency would go after Mr. Josh Sweet from the Eagles. Sweet, because it's too sweet, baby.
Is he available?
Yes,
he should not be available.
He's available.
That's who the Vikings should. I know we're good with pass rushers theoretically, but
you don't need a DN.
Well, damn though, he's really good.
Yeah. So
after he went from the Eagles traded for him from Washington,
he's a free agent. They obviously can re-sign him, but
sure,
he's a free agent. So I think as a Packers fan, if I was one, that's what I would hope they would do.
That'd be nice.
And then. To the dismay of all the fans that may be at Green Bay, they should trade their first round pick. And then, from there, like Brandon said, I mean, I think the corner class is really deep. So if you don't find one in free agency, you just draft one.
Would you rather have Myles Garrett though than Sweet? I feel like the trade package wouldn't be that different.
Well, there's no trade package. They can just sign.
Oh shit, that's right.
I don't think they'll get Garrett.
Are you guys hypothetically talking about a sweet package?
Hell yeah.
Super sweaty sweet.
That's good. Okay, so they wouldn't have to trade for him, whereas Myles they need to trade for and eventually give him a contract.
Correct.
Yeah. And the good thing about the Packers this year is they are not in a desperate situation at all. So they have the draft picks, they have plenty of cap space.
Nothing to prove.
They have nothing to prove, as Sodi would say. But I like them. I think that makes them dangerous.
How did Rashawn Gary's got to be up his what is
they re-signed him last year, I'm pretty sure, right?
That's what happened. You were correct. Okay,
so
good.
We got him locked down, and he's amazing. So you add somebody on the other side of that defense to what he can do. It's going to be competitive NFC North yet again, and with what the Bears are doing, with how good the Vikings potential is, and then the Lions. I mean, it'll be must-see TV every weekend.
That's true. The North is up for grabs. Off the top of my head, I'm going to say the Bears are going to finish last again. But hey, back-to-back offseason champs for them. It's got to count for something. Well, we thought that last year too.
That last is not going to be the cousin with a drool that we thought they were last week or last year.
I tell you what, though.
I'm sorry. He speaks better this year, and he can throw a rock a lot harder than we thought. So if he gets pissed off, I don't want to play in his house. I'm just saying. I don't want to go to Soldier Field if we joked about him drooling last week.
So you guys would agree that coaching matters, right?
Suddenly
Especially
those hot pink nails are kind of cool.
With offense, with the Vikings and things like that. Like KOC's done a nice job.
I think we've always been pretty consistent in that stance.
Yeah. So Ben Johnson coming from the Lions, going to the Bears, he's an offensive mind.
I forget about that.
Yeah. So
that's why they're buying all these old linemen. It's Ben Johnson and all these big dudes.
He wants a big.
That's what Caleb is asking for.
It makes a lot of sense.
Alec, to go back to what you just
said. Which
about
one?
The Bears coming, the one that doesn't go by Sodi.
Exactly.
Fair.
So to go back to it, I don't think that the Bears should be fully counted out. I think that they have a ton of talent on their offense. I think they've been underutilized, undercoached for the past few seasons.
Yes.
Caleb Williams. I'm just saying. I'm not.
Wait, it was Sodi who was agreeing that the Bears are going to have more bite, right? I think it was Sodi who you were trying to talk to.
Yeah. Well, I'll talk to you, baby. We'll talk things.
It was okay. I'll pat myself on the back. It was also me this past.
Nobody's talking about you, George.
During the season, I said the Bears were literal seconds, literal inches away from about 4 extra wins that they lost pretty much for coaching incompetency.
Yeah. They were 4-2 before that Washington game,
where
everything just fell apart
with the Hail Mary, and then there was a game against the Lions with the literally the worst clock management I've ever seen. Then they did that again against someone else. They had 4 games that if they were competent in one other facet throughout the game, they win easily.
They took us to overtime.
They barely the Packers beat them on a last-second field goal and lost to a doink, right? Or a blocked field goal.
Yeah.
Like, so maybe 4 is an understatement even. Like they were very close.
Let's think about the Vikings. How many blowouts did they have last year? How many close wins did they have?
We had a couple blowouts, but a couple close wins too.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah, I know
the Packers are in the same boat.
Yep.
The only team that has been putting up a ton of points has been the Lions.
That's a good point. I know. Yeah, their offense, even when it was crazy injured, was unstoppable.
But you got to think Ben Johnson might have some answers for the Lions. Just saying,
dude.
I know it. Yeah. Oh God, that's a good point. Or he's going to inform the defense. Be like, hey, this is what they like to do.
A whip and a chair, dude.
NFC North is going to be good. Okay. Handful of minutes left. Do want to touch briefly on the Wolves. You guys see Edwards had to miss a game for Trevor. I'll let you start for his 16th technical of the season.
For standing up for himself.
Exactly.
What a shame.
I'm telling you. Yes, there's part of me is saying, okay, compose yourself better, young man. But at the same time,
you have Bradley Beal taking your legs out from under you when you're in the air.
And they got it. The fact that they had to challenge that was absolutely bonkers.
Yeah, I'm like, Ant needs, and he's practiced some control in the following 2 games since he's been back.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I think it's justified. It's also a cultural thing. I mean, Finch has kind of just been like, we're going to be this aggressive team, and we're just calling out the refs left and right last year. I feel like it's come back and hit us pretty hard this year, and we have to reel it in a little bit. But
this was immediate. Yes,
away from Ant.
I totally agree. This was immediately after Finch called out the reffing in the Oklahoma City game, saying you can't touch Shea.
He went on Cowherd's podcast and confirmed that he called the ref a bozo.
Yes,
which is awesome,
and that's why he was ejected.
That's why you got teed up. Yeah, a bunch of bozos out here.
Yeah,
and they tossed them.
They got their feelings hurt.
They tossed them.
They're allowed to have feelings, but they should have a conversation about it.
No, exactly. And
I
players,
think everyone was just heated.
Players are starting to call out refs by name, which I love, because like refs have essentially been proven to have vendettas. They're like, oh yeah, you didn't
call Daryl.
Exactly. I stand with Ant. Sure, compose yourself a little bit better if you know you're that close to getting teed up and missing a game, because then we lost to the damn Jazz.
Hey,
and look at all these
Utah's
close games to shit teams.
Their Jazz is strong.
We're like 3 games out of the 5th seed. No, good one. We're like 3 games out of the 5th seed, and we've lost multiple games to shit teams.
Oh no!
Exactly.
Oh no! You ever heard an Australian say "oh no"? Oh no!
Oh no!
Sorry.
Things are coming together at the right time for us, though.
8 straight wins when Julius Randle plays.
It's always beautiful when that happens.
Coming together. Nice. Okay. I do have. Oh yeah. So sorry, I was going to make a point to these fines. Ant has spent $614,000 so far this season on Texan fines.
We've spent half that on our roads.
If that. Ask St. Paul. St. Paul's probably spent like $12.
That was the road in front of First Ave.
St. Paul's the absolute worst with their roads. I will go on record saying Plow
Hey,
your damn residential, St.
Luckily,
Paul. Plow them.
as a guy that drives a 4-wheel drive, I can park anywhere in the streets right now because it's just these giant icebergs I have to mount.
Trevor, would you want Kevin Durant in the offseason
For an interview?
to be on the Timberwolves?
No.
You don't think?
I don't want Brett
Think you'd be
Favre.
down for some second office interview, or is he open?
Yeah,
That'd be great.
I'll take him in.
Second office, more like second wind.
What are you?
I mean-
so assuming it's Julius plus,
Is he coaching?
at what point are you not okay getting Kevin Durant? Because he said before the trade deadline, apparently he would have waived his no trade clause to come to the Timberwolves, which is crazy.
I want Jimmy.
No,
Yeah, that's what the Athletic reported, but
I want Papa Butler.
I don't want to give up future pieces.
agreed.
Especially you don't want to give up Jaden or Nah because their timelines are or Nas for that.
Exactly,
matter.
I know,
Their
they're-
timelines are all very attached.
they're right with
For a
Ants.
guy whose sand is
But
kind of
the
out.
younger guys like Rob, maybe I'd be open to Rob. I don't want to get rid of Jalen Clark.
Yeah, then we got to find a point guard again, though. But yeah, I like if it's Clark or Rob at this
I
point.
prefer Rob.
Look
Yeah,
very
Jalen
carefully at who
Clark
you're
looks
giving up
amazing.
for that, and I bet it's never a trade you want.
I know, no,
As a
I
casual Timberwolves fan, I can't tell you the names I half love. There's a single one I would let go for Kevin Durant right now.
and I don't necessarily disagree. It would have to be
Our squad's our squad because it's our squad.
It would have
baby.
to be the exact right package, and KD, he still looks great, right? The team he's on sucks, so
I don't agree.
Read into that a little bit, but he still looks great.
Didn't
he says
we
he's
beat
still
him?
says he's still in his prime. Oh yeah, we fuck the Suns up every time now.
Fuck the Suns up.
Yep.
I'm good.
Aaron
Aaron Rodgers can stay in the Jets, and KD can stay in the Suns, baby.
Okay, so if it's Julius, the Pistons first,
Title town
from this year,
Minneapolis.
and
Wait a minute,
and
Doc. I didn't mean that.
in something
Oh,
else.
sorry. I said Title town Minneapolis. You took your headphones off. I was just kidding.
If it's that price, if it's Julius first, and I don't know if it'd have to be matching salaries at that point, but I'd have a hard time saying no. Do it.
I can't
Oh,
reach.
thought you were farting.
No. I was just gonna see how far Doc would.
I don't know. I've done a 180 on KD as an NBA fan. I used to hate him when he made that move to Golden State after he pretty much single-handedly gave up the 3-1 lead in the Western Conference Finals.
Together we're a 360 then, because I used to love him and now I don't want him.
So
Let's talk to each other.
so for a
Trev,
360 then.
who are your late round playoff picks? Like who's gonna be in the finals?
The land of Cleve, dude. Let's go.
Cleveland.
I would not be surprised. I could see
It
the land
has
of
to be
Cleve
the
beating
Lakers.
Boston.
Yeah, I would agree.
But it's those two.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's really between Lakers and Thunder.
Yeah. I know. Yeah.
I like that.
The Lakers were turning it on before they got Luka. And I have a funny thing about that too. The Mavs have raised their ticket prices after they traded Luka.
Oh yeah, they have to.
Like
There's nobody.
what an absolute season from hell. Because
There's nobody
Kyrie
out
tore his
there
ACL.
anymore.
Kyrie tore his ACL, and it's absolutely insane.
Hey, the only thing I can imagine is more distressful as a Packers fan trying to find a new team is a Dallas Mavericks fan trying to find a new basketball team. Key, what
Shout
up?
out to Keandre.
Yep, shout out Keandre for sure. Seriously though, absolute season from hell. They were in the finals months ago, and now look at them.
Yeah.
Look at 'em now.
Disheveled.
No, I think it'll end up being the Lakers and the Cavs, and I think honestly, LeBron coming back to Cleveland a few times is going to sell a ton of tickets.
Oh my
It's gonna
God.
be a
Oh well,
massive thing.
that's the script, isn't it?
Yep, and I'm going to get a ton of revenue at my hotel.
Hell
That's what
yeah. Let's go.
There's a great little nugget. They're retiring Kevin Love's jersey in Cleveland.
Wait, Denver?
Yes, K Love. Congrats, K Love.
I heard
So they
nugget.
got that one too. Yep.
We talking Ja? Ja feel?
Ja definitely feel. Speaking of LeBron, two super crazy LeBron stats, and I'm a total LeBron stan. I love him, but these are actually insane stats.
Hey, you say LeBron Stan?
Yeah,
Like
I'm a big fan of his.
Slim Shady Stan.
I don't know.
Like you
I don't stand Slim
like
Shady.
You
if
stared
that's
in
what
the
you're
mirror
asking.
so long you stand yourself?
No.
The term stan means fan, right?
Yeah.
In what tense?
Current. Present
Like-
tense.
I've never heard the term stan other than like Slim Shady Stan.
Well, you can stand a player. You can stand a team. It's
Did
a
not
term,
know that
dude.
until now.
Total term. Anyways, while JJ Redick was in college, JJ Redick is LeBron's coach. You good, Doc? J.J. Redick in college, LeBron was averaging 27, 7, and 7. When J.J. Redick was an NBA rookie, LeBron was averaging 27, 7, and 6. When J.J. Redick earned a starting position, LeBron averaged 27, 7, and 6. When J.J. Redick was a 15-year vet, LeBron averaged 25, 8, and 8. When J.J. Redick was an analyst and podcaster, LeBron was averaging 26, 8, and 7. And now as LeBron's head coach, J.J. Redick is now LeBron's head coach. LeBron is averaging 25, 9, and 8.
Type shit. I don't know how that term works.
The longer he does this and he's looking to make first team NBA again, I don't necessarily care if he doesn't win another ring. I think he's the GOAT. And I've gone back and forth on him and Mike.
So type shit's appropriate, right?
You know? But that's not the only crazy stat. Then there's this crazy stat.
I think the GOAT conversation.
It's a bit stupid. I get it.
Right. It's different errors. Who knows how they would play against each other, right?
I get it.
LeBron's the greatest of this time.
Cap.
Mike was the greatest of that time.
Correct.
Right?
Kobe was the greatest of his time.
Right. Who was the greatest before Mike? Kareem?
Magic.
Larry.
Right? So I don't like Tom Brady was the greatest of his time for those 20 years, but before that, there was somebody else.
Drew Bledsoe.
Literally.
Drew Bledsoe needs to be in more GOAT conversations.
No, just more roast. He's an underrated comedian. He does all right.
The second insane LeBron stat. The difference between his and Stephen Curry's total minutes, regulation plus playoffs, in their entire careers is greater than the difference between Steph Curry's and Anthony Edwards' total minutes. Curry is 36, Ant is 23. That's how many games LeBron has played. It's insane.
That's
Good for
crazy, bro.
70,332 total minutes, and this was as of 4 days ago, compared to Curry's 39,851 total minutes.
Is that a new Lego set you got? What's that?
I've had that one for a minute.
Is that a Kingfisher?
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
We talked about it.
All right.
It's a good clip on our Instagram. LeBron's great. That's the only point I'm trying to make. Okay. As we close out, I'm going to read a super crazy headline. German soccer player's child bites referee's testicle, forcing game to be canceled.
Do you know how many days LeBron's played basketball?
I thought you were going to say, you know how many times that's happened? I was going to say no. No, I don't.
No, did you just do the math?
48 plus days on the court.
Jeez Louise. That's like my... Man,
That's
over,
my Call of Duty
over,
time.
I was about to say.
Wait, over or under you on the toilet?
No, that's my... Well, that's
Because
definitely
I think
under.
I'm close.
Yeah.
I'm close.
I
Me
think
on the
you're
toilet.
over
48 days.
Most of my creativity comes on the shitter.
Okay, find out how many days you've been alive. Take in your own opinion, the average you spend on the toilet daily.
6 hours a day.
We can do this math. We can do this math.
6 out of the
Find
24.
out how many days that is. We'll have that answer for you coming up, guys. Thanks for listening. If you made it this far, thank you, Trevor from Athlon Sports. Thank you, Brandon. Thank you, Doc.
Did people
Thank you,
turn it
Sody.
off, you think?
Yeah.
Do people start and trail off?
Yeah.
What causes that? Wait, what causes that?
Yeah, number of things.
Such as? How do we avoid it?
That'd be great feedback for the audience to give us on why you stopped listening.
Maybe it's because do we need to make more pizza? Because we can always make more pizza.
There was pizza?
Yeah.
That'd be nice to know.
But like and I just had a stroke.
Do it.
Subscribe, baby.
Stroke me.